What's going on, Machinima? My name is Hutch, and I make Call of Duty. I used to make Call of Duty 4 videos, and just bought Modern Warfare 2 a few days ago. So now I'm making Modern Warfare 2 videos. And what I have for you today is a match of domination on Quarry. And basically what I'm going to be doing throughout this match is trying to give you guys a glimpse of my strategies, or what I feel are good strategies for this game if you're just starting out. Of course, not everybody really knows for sure what the best strategies are, because it is a new game and the maps are new, and I think all of us are still getting used to the maps at this point. But man, I gotta tell you, I went to GameStop at 9 o'clock on Monday night, and I had to wait in line for 3 hours until midnight to make sure that I wasn't standing in line for another 3.5 hours after the midnight launch started, because I live in San Francisco, right near downtown, so I had to go to the GameStop on Powell Street, and that GameStop is probably one of the busiest GameStops in this. Well, I'm sure it's the busiest GameStop in the city, because it's right in downtown, and there were hundreds of people there. It was actually kind of fun. But then when I got the game, I had requested the next day off work, and I'm 26 years old, and I logged in like 14 hours in the first day and a half of playing it. And so now the last couple days, as I'm recording this commentary, it's, what day is it? Thursday. So it's a couple days after the game's launched. And yesterday and today, I've been kind of taking it easy. I've barely played it at all, just because I'm too old for this, man. I can't play video game marathon sessions that long anymore, because it just takes its toll on my body. So anyways, getting on with the match, I am using the intervention. I got the Magnum sidearm, and I am using Sleight of Hand Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Steady Hand Pro. Now, for sniping, I think Sleight of Hand Pro is pretty much your best bet. I'm not really even tempted to use any attachments for this gun. I've tried the thermal scope, and I don't really like it too much. The silencer on the sniper rifles, if you have stopping power, it's still ridiculously difficult to get a one-shot kill. So I stay away from the silencers. I just don't really think it's that necessary. And the heartbeat sensors, I don't really like those too much, because I find I'm paying more attention to that little sensor on the side of my gun and not really focusing on the game. And I actually end up playing worse now, as far as like there being a standard. That attachment doesn't fit my playstyle at all, and I'm sure that it would probably work, for other people, but it just didn't really work for me. The reason I'm using the Magnum instead of something like a shotgun or a machine pistol is because you can switch to your sidearm a lot quicker if you use a standard pistol. Like if you're using a machine gun pistol or a shotgun or a launcher, the animation itself takes, I don't know, a few seconds for you to actually produce your sidearm or your weapon. And it can be kind of tricky. As far as the kill streaks go, for this one, I'm using the Predator missile, the chopper gunner, and the nuke. I still have yet to get a nuke, but I'm sure that day will come. So first of all, when you first playing this game, you'll notice that it's actually a little bit more tricky to get kill streaks going, because I find that what's going on is I'm dying a lot easier in this game. Like if I kill someone, almost every time I kill someone, I have to like turn around and make sure somebody's not there. I don't know if it has to do with the spawn system, and I'm not complaining about it, but it just seems like there's just more stuff going on. Anyways, that's the long and short of it. It's just a little trickier to get kill streaks going in this one, but I managed to get a pretty good KD in this game. So domination is pretty simple. You got 3 points. The more points that you capture, the more points, the more flags that you capture, the more points that you get on your score, and the first person to 200 points wins. My kill death ratio at this point playing in the game is like 1.5. It started off pretty high, like, above 2. And then I just decided that I didn't really want to focus too much on that. If I focus too much on my kill death ratio, then I feel like when you're playing an objective game like Domination right here, or one of the new game types, Demolition or something, I feel like when you play this game for your KD, then you start ignoring objectives and you start losing games. And I don't really like that so much. So my KD is 1.5. It's pretty respectable given that I mainly use sniper rifles. But my win-loss ratio is above 5 or 6. It started off something ridiculous like 38 because I was just playing in parties the whole time, and then we had to split up, and I started playing free-for-all, and I just remind me to never play free-for-all again in Call of Duty, because I played I played 2 games of free-for-all. In both games, it's just people sitting in a corner waiting for people to run by, which I don't like. These maps, Infinity Ward, man, you guys did an awesome job with this game. It's pretty ridiculous, like, how efficiently you addressed everyone's complaints from Call of Duty 4. Like, as far as the maps go, the maps are far less linear. Like in Call of Duty 4, you had a lot of maps like, what's that one? Downpour, where it was really linear, and it was extremely difficult to capture a B point in the middle of the. Here I got a chopper gunner, and I just go to town. The chopper gunner, in my opinion, is better than the AC-130, by the way, because as you can see in a minute, you just rape with it. So the maps themselves are really good. They have multiple paths and multiple points of entry for most of the rooms in the game. It's a lot harder to spawn trap people because of the map structure and because of death streaks. Like Painkiller, the death streak is just ridiculously strong. Like, you will get 2 hit markers with a sniper rifle back to back if you hit somebody and they have that death streak activated. It can be pretty frustrating, but honestly, I can understand why they put it in the game, because COD 4 was essentially reduced to a game of spawn trapping, and you couldn't really expect to do that well unless you learned how to spawn trap people, and that frustrates the hell out of people. So I mean, I understand why they did it. Martyrdom is not so much a problem in this game. Few people were using it. I saw more people using the Painkiller death streak than Martyrdom. And the other reason why Martyrdom isn't as bad as it was in COD 4 is because they have reduced the blast radius for grenades, and man, I cannot tell you how much of a difference that has made in this series. Like, COD 4, as much as I love that game, it's just a game that everybody loves to hate on because the grenades are just out of control. And in this game, they have like the perfect blast radius. Like, you can see a grenade indicator, and you can be like maybe 5 feet away, and it won't kill you, which is nice. Like, you have to be pretty close to the nades for them to kill you. The guns themselves are really fun. Like, I'm glad that they brought the Magnum in for this game. And shortly after this game, I got the akimbo attachment for the Magnum, which means you can dual wield pistols, and that's a lot of fun to use. Up close, it's basically like a shotgun if you shoot both triggers at the same time. So at this point, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of this game? Did it live up to your expectations? Was there anything about the game that disappoints you? Are you unhappy that they left out a certain feature, that they put in a new feature? What do you think of the maps? What do you think of the perks? So leave a comment and let me know what you think. My personal opinion is that Infinity Ward basically addressed almost every single concern that I can think of from Call of Duty 4, which is nice that they weren't lazy, and they just it's nice that they didn't just rehash another title without really putting much effort into it. It really looks like they took the time to use the feedback that they got from maybe the forums or from QA testers, things like that. And they put it in this game, and they've made it an incredibly balanced game. It's a lot of fun. This game is a lot of fun. If it wasn't so much fun, I wouldn't have played it for 15 hours within a 35-hour span. I logged in a lot of times so far. I'm at level 42 right now, and man, it feels like it takes forever to level up in this game. But I probably said the same thing about Call of Duty 4 when that first came out. I'm interested to see why the AK-47 is unlocked at level 70. I want to know what's so great about that gun that it's the last gun you unlock. So the game's wrapping up at this point. Some pretty decent gameplay. My final score for this game was 36-4, I believe, if I'm looking at that right. So that's almost a 10-1 KD. You really can't ask for too much more for somebody using sniper rifle. And it's true, I picked up other guns and used my Magnum, but nonetheless. So if you guys like this kind of gameplay, stuff like this, go ahead and check out my channel. It's Sean0728 on YouTube. And thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Well, I won't talk to you later, but you catch the drift.